right, so the second hill, like I said, it's going to be the same as the other one, but we're only going to use this white layer and the one behind. We're not going to use this layer here in front because the very front of our diorama, we're going to put some texture paste in there for some snow. So there's no point in having this here. Most of it's going to get covered anyways with the texture paste and with the trees. So we're going to leave that completely out. Once again, I need 2 of each of these pieces. Oops. A piece of paper shifted there, so move it back. It seems to like sticking on top of my, I don't know, maybe it's staticky in here right now. It keeps shifting with my cutting plate. So if that ever happens, what you can do here is take your die, just a tiny little piece of tape. It doesn't need to be much and it doesn't need to be the entire thing, but that's going to be enough to hold it right on that die so it'll cut where I want it to cut. There we go. And then I can toss that piece of tape and that little bit out. There we go, we've got that piece cut. Now we're going to cut the white. Most of the times with this, the pieces that I'm cutting out are big enough, so if it does shift a little bit, it doesn't make a difference. But that one, it was a little bit close, and if I had left it shifted, this would have been even shorter, and then it was wanting to cut out from the top of the hill too. Take the snow piece out there. White piece out. Oops. Let the cardboard or cardstock fly. There we go. Go. We've got the 2 pieces cut out there. I will see you in the next video and we will assemble them and we will glitter them. So obviously this assembly is exactly the same as the last hill. The only difference is there is only 2 layers instead of the 3 layers, making it slightly simpler actually. That's okay. Piece there is glued down. And let's do this one. You could also take some strips of white cardstock and just tear them to create natural looking hills as well. It's something that I often do on projects as well. I just particularly like this die cut. I like it how it has the extra detail of the different colors in it, which you wouldn't necessarily get if you were tearing up cardstock. All right, so we've got those 2 glued together. I'm going to take them and I'm going to, which piece am I going to attach? I'm going to attach this here. Now what you may not have noticed, and you're going to see this right here, is the blue piece that I was using was actually a scrap, so it's slightly shorter than the white piece, which is totally fine because this is completely covered anyways. It's not going to make a difference, and really you wouldn't even have noticed it had I not turned it around. All right, so I have those cut. Now when I cut these hills, I measured from this side in and cut there. I don't want to do the same thing because I don't want 2 hills that are exactly the same profile. So for this one, I'm going to measure from this side and then cut in so that I have 2 hills that have a little bit of a different profile, so it's less obvious that you're using the same die. So I need my trimmer, not my big shot. I'm going to measure from this side 6 3/4. I'm going to cut. And this piece here is a little bit shorter, but once again, we're going to be putting some texture paste in here. So anything that is not covered is going to be covered in texture paste anyways, so it will be totally fine, and you're never even going to know that that one was shorter. Once again, a little bit of glue, and I typically just put it on the top part of the white. There we go. Just a bit of it there. Tap the cardstock to get the excess glitter that's not sticking to glue to fall off. Put the extra glue in your container. And now I've got two hills here that have different profiles. So when this one goes on top of this one here, you're not going to necessarily notice as obviously that it's the same die, just done in two different ways. And again, we're going to have a tree covering those seams, so those won't be obvious as well. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Next step is cutting some trees.